So what is going on, guys? I am Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another video, and today we are back with a Zombies Q&A, the series where I take your questions from the comment section below to do with the zombie storyline, Easter eggs, and I answer them. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, drop a like rating, make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest content, but let's get into it. Here we go, and enjoy. So the first question of the day is from Ryan Vids, and you say, hey BOA, in the Origins Easter egg cutscene, when Maxis calls Samantha and Eddie, why did he tell them to leave the bedroom? So I think you missed a little bit off here. What I believe you're asking is, why did Maxis tell the children to lock the windows, close the door, and come down to the basement? Well, at the time when we first saw this, we all had our own theories. Since the Origins ending in general was up in air, we didn't completely understand it. Obviously now we do, but during that cutscene, we hear a siren go off in the background, and then Maxis tells the children to put their toys away, make sure the windows are locked, and then come down to the basement.
I told you before, their eyes should be blue.
It's my turn, Eddie. I can do whatever I want.
But you don't even know how to play properly. Girls don't know enough about zombies.
Put the toys away, children. Make sure the windows are locked before you come down to the basement.
We'd better do what your dad says. I didn't even get my turn.
Tomorrow, Eddie. You get to make the rules. I promise.
Okay, so the first thing we learned there was Eddie is sexist, but we can see the siren goes off, the children close the windows and go down to the basement. And then if we go over to the Revelations intro cutscene, as Dr. Monty is going through the house, he opens up the door and we see all of the children playing in Samantha's bedroom. Once again, we hear the siren go off, and then the camera cuts down to the basement where Primus are arriving through the teleporter.
The little yous. You little... Well, so far, so good. But things started to go wrong soon after you arrived. Now, I can understand your initial shock coming face to face with Maxis, especially after so long.
So we know what the siren was for in the Origins ending. It goes off whenever someone's arriving through the teleporter, and it also tells us why Maxis told the children to come down to the basement. Because the teleporter is in the basement, he wanted them to greet whoever was coming through. That person more than likely would have been Richtofen, but we're still not 100% sure as to why they needed to lock the windows. Is it so someone can't get in or someone can't get out? This is in Monty's perfect universe, so there shouldn't have been anyone here besides from Monty, Maxis, the children, and Richtofen who was arriving. There should have been no keepers, apothecans, or zombies, or Shadow Man, but maybe it's just a precaution in case someone did arrive and they got into Monty's house through the window. Or maybe he just didn't want to let a draft in. He was getting pretty cold. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. The second question of today says, hey BOA, is the forest in the BO3 lobby the same as the forest in the tag ending cutscene? Love your videos. Now, we still don't actually know where this forest is. We're never told. We see it a few times within Zombies. The first time was in BO3 in the main menu, as you say, but we also saw in BO4, the main menu for Zombies, there was a forest once again. And then as we got to the later maps on BO4 towards the end, we saw the forest appear on the Tag Der Toten cutscene, but are they the same, and where is it? Well, it's hard to tell, but if we look at the BO3 one first, you can see what's different about this one is there are zombies roaming around the forest whilst the characters are sitting on a log in front of the campfire. The zombies aren't interacting with our crew. It's almost like they don't see them or they don't notice them. Yet in the forest that we see in the Tag Der Toten cutscene, there are no zombies. The same goes for the Black Ops 4 menu, but we do have the Chaos Crew on that. We can see them in the forest as well, but we do know those two storylines aren't connected, Ether and Chaos. So if there is a story reason behind it in BO4, then that's going to be a difficult one to explain. So we don't know if the three forests that we see are the same. I mean, it's just a bunch of trees. It's very difficult to tell, but it could be anywhere. We also see forests in maps like Tag Der Toten. So honestly, with that, I don't know. And then, where is it? That's yet another confusing question, because for the BO3 menu, what location would possibly have Primus and Ultimus and zombies in one space without killing each other? In what world would these zombies just ignore our characters? Honestly, I'm not too sure. Of course the crew come here every time they die. Whenever you are killed in game, you are brought back to this screen. So could this be somewhere in purgatory, the afterlife? If the characters come here when they are dead, and of course zombies are dead, is that the reason why the zombies don't see them? Or they don't kill them? Because they only go after fresh meat? And where is the forest? I've said that word so many times. In the Tag der Toten cutscene, it seems to be some separate universe from anyone that we've been to before, but anything I say would purely be speculation. It could just be a random universe somewhere out there that has no meaning. Dimension 3, 5, 8 or something like that. The next question of today says, is that Mason as a zombie on the BO1 Zombies box art? Now if I show you this image, I'm pretty sure you would have all seen it by now. This is kind of like the classic picture for BO1 Zombies. And then if I show you this image, which is very similar, this person is pretty much in the same pose. Of course, this is the main image for Black Ops 1. We have a person holding the Mustang and Sally. But a long time ago, I think it was a couple of years, I made a video about this image discussing who this could be. I think we came to the conclusion that this is more than likely Mason. If we think of the main characters in the BO1 campaign, it's clearly not Woods. We can see he has no tattoos. The main character that we play as is Mason. This person is holding the Mustang and Sally. And going back, taking a look at some of the comments on that older video, as you can see here, someone said, the person holding the Mustang and Sally is Mason. He calls his pistols that because Sally was Mason's wife, and it's showing that he's getting revenge for her, hence the numbers engraved on the gun. I guess that's the number of people he's killed with it. And the other pistol is called Mustang because he used to drive a Mustang, and he shows it in COD 2, meaning Black Ops 2. So even though we don't 100% know, and it is hard to tell because we rarely ever saw Mason in the BO1 campaign, only a few times not wearing this specific clothing, and of course we can't see his face. Some people have also said that this could be Hudson, but personally I think it's Mason. And then if we go over to the zombies image, where we have a zombie in a very similar pose, if you compare the two, there are slight differences of course to suit the zombies theme. The arm positions are pretty much the same. He's no longer holding a gun, or at least we don't think he is. We can't really see his hands, but it's a zombie, so we wouldn't expect that. But anyway, is this the same person zombified as we saw in the other image? If this other person was Mason, is this him now as a zombie? It's very possible. I mean, like I said, we can see things are slightly different. The clothing's changed to fit BO1 zombies. But as you say in your question, if this was Mason for the campaign, is this Mason as a zombie? I mean, it's possible. Anyone turned into a zombie looks a lot different to what they did before, so it's hard to tell who they were previously. But that could have been what Tryout were going for, or it could be someone totally different. Maybe the original picture was never Mason in the first place. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know who you think the original picture is and the zombified image. I'm Electropunk says, my question is, why when you use the teleporter in Kino der Toten, does it sometimes take you to 5, the house and Verrucht? I don't know if there's more locations, thanks in advance. So if you didn't know, I'm pretty sure you all do, this isn't only on the BO3 remastered version of Kino, this was on the original as well. But whenever you use the teleporter and travel to the Pack-a-Punch, when you teleport back from the Pack-a-Punch to the mainframe, which is located in the spawn room, just before arriving there, for a brief few seconds, the crew will be teleported to a random location. They can either go to the dentist's office, which seems to look very similar to one of the rooms in Verrucht. They can also teleport to the conference room, which is located on the map 5 in the Pentagon, or they can teleport to the house in Samantha's bedroom. There are two different versions, the nice clean version and the evil destroyed zombified version. But why does the teleporter take them there? To me, it seems like it's just as simple as it malfunctions. If you notice, we don't actually step in a teleporter to go from Pack-a-Punch back to the mainframe. We just teleport there automatically after staying in the Pack-a-Punch room for a minute. But to me, it just looks like it kind of, I guess, malfunctions for a few seconds. I've always wondered why we see the blood-splattered version of Samantha's bedroom. There is her teddy with a red glowing eye. What could have happened here for it to get in this state? The window is also smashed, which reminds me of the Origins ending cutscene when Maxis tells Samantha to lock the window to close it. Even though I did a video on this the other day, we still don't understand why Maxis told her to close the window. Could this be the reason? Because something or someone was trying to break in or get out? I'm not too sure, but there we go. That is all I have for you for today's video. As always, hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, you know what to do. Drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.